Hey everyone, it's summer, and I am here with my 2018 Stitch Mania plans, if you can call them that. My 2-year-old is awake. He's over here, right up there, watching Moana, so you may hear that on TV. But this is the only time I have to do this today before May. He may make an appearance. My dog is also back here. He may also make an appearance. He's really loud. When he walks, his nails click a lot. But anyway, so I have 16 projects that I for sure know I want to start. I'd like to start 18 ideally for 2018. I did the same thing last year. I started 17. Excuse me. But, so I have 16 that I have fabric pulled for, that I have the floss for. Okay, I have 15 because one I still need to order some floss. And then I have a handful of extra projects. I have a couple smalls, two bigger projects, but a handful of smalls that I can like start at the last minute if I need to make the 18. So hopefully I can get 18 done. If there's a solid possibility I'll get like 8 or 10 done and then lose steam midway through the month here. Mays are crazy anyway. It's my oldest son's birthday, my husband's birthday, Mother's Day, Memorial Day. In June we're going on vacation. We have a lot of stuff going on this month, but it sounds like a fun, Stitch Mania was a lot of fun last year. And I did that in the middle of selling our house. So at least we're not moving this year. What do I have fabric in my hair? So let's get started. These aren't in any order. I don't have them planned out like through the month. I'm just gonna kind of pick whatever calls to me that day. I don't have any of them 100% kitted up because I didn't realize that the last day of April was today until like Friday when I filmed my last video. And Saturday we went to the beach, so that day was totally a wash. And yesterday we slept all day because we spent all day Saturday at the beach. So yesterday was a wash. So this morning I threw everything together and made sure like I actually had everything, or at least most of what I needed to get started tomorrow. So we are going to get started with first. So up first is The Advent Animals by Brooks Books. And I don't have so I started 6 of these last year, and I started them on 28 count ice blue cashel from Zweigart, and I have them all finished. They're on this. So I ordered another piece of this last night from 123 Stitch, and then when I looked at my receipt, I don't know if I actually ordered the same thing. So when it gets here next week, or later this week, I don't actually know when it's supposed to be here. So whenever it gets here, I'm going to check it and see, maybe ordering yet another piece of fabric. No, give that to me. Give it to me. But anyway, so I'm going to start animals 7 through 12, and I don't have them printed out because I do this all on my iPad, but here's who they are. You have Pierre Penguin, Pearly Pig, Kenny Kangaroo, I have them all written down over here, Sheila Sheep, Fitzwilliam Frog, and Sophie Squirrel. Let me have it. Sorry, guys. Let me have it. My 2-year-old is, like, he's Dennis the Menace in, like, for real form. He's terrible. So, here. He's adorable, but he's so bad. Say hi.
Hey.
Hey. All right, go watch the movie. So, anyway, so those, like I said, the piece I ordered is a 28 count Lugana, and that tags as 28 count cashel. So I'm gonna look at them and see. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. If it doesn't work, I'll order another piece and use that for something else. But I'm stitching them all with the called for threads, the DMCs, not the Dragonfly silks. So I have all the DMCs. I still have it kitted up from when I did the first 6. So I will I'll just put that other piece of fabric in here and continue on my way. So that's that's 6 that I plan to start. And then next is, this is On the Meadow. It's by Tanya Marie Anderson of The Sampler Girl. So it's In the Meadow with Jane Austen. And this is from the Gift of Cross Stitching, or the Gift of Stitching. It was a digital magazine. She recently, I guess, went out of business. I'm not sure. She stopped producing them. So she had a big sale on Etsy, and each issue was like $1.50, I think. So I bought like 15 of them or something like that. I bought a lot. I bought several. And each magazine only has like, there's a lot of articles in there. And each magazine has probably 15 patterns, but there's only like 1 or 2 in each. But it was $1.50, so I could not do it. Anyway, so this is the what it'll look like when it's done. Sorry, I probably lost my train of thought. But it's from The Gift of Stitching. I like that song, so I got distracted. I'm sorry. It's from issue 52, May 2010. And I'm just stitching this on plain antique white. But it's like a tan. It's not antique white. It's like almost like it's a tan. 28 count Monaco. It's just from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, maybe, I don't know. I had it in my stash and figured I needed to use it for something, so that's what I did with that. And that's what I'm going to do that one on. And this is all stitched in DMC. It would lend itself really well to swapping out some hand-dyeds, and I might, since I just recently found my stash of hand-dyeds. They were boxed up from when we moved. My husband brought that box home. So, I may swap some of it out. I'm not sure yet. I may just stitch it with DMCs. I'm going to kind of play with that and see how I feel when it gets closer. All right, next up is, this is Amish Spring, and it's from Stitcher's World, March 2001. I honestly have no idea when I got this magazine, but it's this pattern. And there's 3 of them, I think. And I could be wrong. But it's by Diane Phelan. There's another picture of it. I just think it's really pretty. I love the quilts on the clothesline. I just think that's so pretty. In the barn in the back. And I was originally going to stitch this on just like some plain white Aida, but I had the rest of 28 count antique white cashel linen from another pattern I did, and I just cut that piece and decided to use the rest of that instead. So that's that, and this is all stitched in DMC as well. Sorry guys, my allergies all of a sudden started yesterday, and they've just been killing me ever since. Alright, next is Up at Dawn. It's the chicken pattern by Diane Arthurs, and I'm going to do the whole sampler piece. And it's called, the models are stitched on 14 count oatmeal Aida, and I really like how that looks, so leave it alone please. So I'm also stitching it on 14 count oatmeal Aida. And this is just the cheap, like, it's loops and threads, but it was from Michael's, I think. I bought it with a, leave it alone, please. Please leave it alone. I bought it with I think a 20% off coupon, so I paid like $1.50 for it. So, that's, and I actually think that one's going to be fun to work on. The Aida's not, for as cheap as it was, it doesn't feel, it's not super stiff, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be hard to work with. I think it's going to be pretty easy to work with. And it's a fairly small piece, so even if it's not that much fun to work with, it's not that bad. Hold Put all my stuff back together. Colston! Stop. Hold on a second. Sorry, he had my computer charger. I don't need him ruining that. Okay, next is, this is a small, which will be nice. And I saw it at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago when they were doing, like, they're going out of, not going out of sale, going out of business, but, like, when they were clearancing everything off. And you know what? No, this I think I actually got at Michael's also. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the Home Sweet Home little, like, complete kit from Dimensions, and it's tiny. It has a 6-inch plastic hoop. So I think, like, the pattern, I'm not going to open it because it's really loud. I mean, it's teeny tiny. But yeah, so I'm going to do Texas. This kit, I think I got it at Michael's. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm pretty sure I got this at Michael's. And the chart in there has all 50 states. So it's a lot of fun. If you want to get it, you can stitch it for anybody, really. It's got every state in there. And it may even have Puerto Rico and DC. I think it does. I didn't really look. I didn't care. I mean, I needed Texas, and that's what it has. So yeah, I'm just stitching this on the 14 count Aida that was provided. They're really stiff, uncomfortable, but it's so tiny it's not even going to matter. And the called for threads. That's going to be one of my, oh crap, it's May, like, 22nd, and I have Memorial Day and my husband's birthday still this month to figure out, and I need to finish, like, 6 things, or start 6 or 7 things still, and I can, you know, knock out 50 stitches in that and be halfway done with it. So, next up is Grandfather's Barn by Told in a Garden. This is what it will look like when it's done. I love this one. I've been impatiently waiting to start this since I got it. And as soon as I got it Christmas time, I think. As soon as I got it, I, like, earmarked it for Maynia and got fabric for it, and that was as far as I got. But I have fabric for it, so that's half the battle. I'm stitching it on 28 count even weave. It's a DMC or Charles Craft, which I think is the same thing. Just an even weave Lugana. The tea dyed. I don't want to take it out of the box, I'm sorry. But it's the Michaels. This was a fabric I had in my stash too that I just decided I needed to use. Because if not, it's just going to sit in there forever. And this fabric actually isn't that bad. Like the Charles Craft DMC fabric like this, it's nice. It's very nice. I like it. And I think it'll look really good with, I think those colors, they complement each other very well. So that's that one. And then I have, sorry guys, I have everything stacked neatly, sort of neatly, in my little box that I jacked for my kids this morning. But I have to, it's not super sturdy. I don't want it falling off. So next is the Spirit of Christmas. This is a lavender and lace pattern, and I bought this off of, like, a Facebook group, I think. Like, I saw it, and as soon as I saw it, I don't remember, hold on. Let me see. I think I saw somebody stitching it, or I saw somebody stitching one very similar, and I was like, oh, I have to have that, and then promptly forgot, because that's what happens when you have 3 kids. Your brain is just absolute mush, like 200% of the time. But yeah, so I just checked. It was Blitz Stitch. Brian from Blitz Stitch, I saw him, he posted his picture of it in one of his update videos. I binge watched him, all his videos, like in February, I think. So I saw where he had started it, in one of his older videos, and I loved it, but I forgot. And then I saw it on like eBay, and I want to say it was like $15 or $20, and I'm like, it's nice, but whatever. So somebody was selling it. I saw it on a Facebook group, and somebody was selling it for like $4, and I jumped all over that. So it is the Spirit of Christmas from Lavender and Lace. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I love Santa's and Christmas stuff. So I don't have many going right now. I seem to have started a lot of Halloween stuff this year instead. So I need some more Christmas in my life right now. So that one is being started. And I'm stitching that one on. Very similar. It's Irish linen, but it's basically the same thing as the tea-dyed. But it's Charles Craft DMC 28 count even weave Irish linen. That's what it looks like. Sorry, I have the sun like beaming in this window right here. It's a little better. Irish linen. So that's what that's going to be on. And I don't have I know that has Krennic, and I don't have that yet. I'll order that as it gets closer. Or I'll get to that point. Like I have like 2 of my projects downstairs. All I have left are some metallics, and I never order it, so they've been almost done except for the Krennic for probably 2 years now. So maybe one day I'll get my act together and get that done. We'll see. This is from another magazine. It's from Stitcher's World, and this is Cute as a Bug. This is what it'll look like. This is how it's charted. I didn't really dig the brown on it. It's supposed to be spring, and that looks too it's too depressing for me. So I dyed some fabric. This is what I did over the weekend. What I was going to do on Saturday and ended up doing yesterday. So I dyed some pretty pale yellow, and it's actually much brighter in person. Get down. Let me see if I can find. Sorry. It's much brighter in person. I wanted it to be about that pale yellow that you see now, but it didn't. Okay, sorry. So like I was saying, it was supposed to be, like I wanted it to be a really pale, like almost where you couldn't tell it was dyed yellow, and it turned out much brighter, but I think it'll be alright. That's a little more true to color. It's still even almost a little bit brighter than that. Yeah, that's pretty true back here. So it did come out much brighter than I wanted, but I like it. I think it'll be okay. And this is just a plain 14 count Aida. It's by I think Linens and Threads also, the same like cheap, I lost my little note thingy that it was on. But yeah, I think it's like the cheap 14 count Aida, there it is. From Michaels, yeah. Nope, and this is actually 18 count Aida, my bad. Because it was supposed to be stitched on, or it's called for 32 count Rin overdyed linen from Birds of a Feather. And on 32 count, it would be, it's 2 by 5, 2.5 by 5. So it's going to be even smaller than that. This is itty bitty, this pattern. I may do some math, and I may do this over 2 on 18 count. I'm not sure yet. I mean, I should be able to fit it fine. I have a whole, 15 by 18 piece. So even though it's dyed, it's shrunk a little, it's still going to be, it's plenty big enough for what I needed to do. So that's this one. And I just think that this yellow, like this, the color you're seeing now is the color that I was going for. That really, really pale, like soft yellow. And it came out a little brighter, so I need to play with it some and see. I think if I had diluted the dye down a little bit more, I would have been able to get that pale yellow, but I was impatient. This is the last piece I dyed, and I was getting impatient, and my kids were waking up. So I knew I didn't have a whole lot of time to really play with it, so I just kind of was like, okay, let's just get it done, get something so I can stitch on it, and be ready. So that's what I did. The next piece is It's also from a magazine. It's from, that was from, I'm sorry, Cute as a Bug is from Stitcher's World, May 2001. And then the next piece I'm doing, it's Vive la France, and it's from Cross Stitch and Needlework, November 2014. And this is the pattern I was actually going to do. I pulled the magazine out to do this pattern, and then changed my mind. And I still will do this pattern at some point, but when I pulled this pattern, I had like 5 pieces already of just a plain brown, like prim fabric, and I was bored. I wanted something different. So I am going to do Vive la France. Paris is always a good idea. And I am stitching this for my best friend, just did her daughter's bedroom all in Parisian themed. So she doesn't know it, but I'm going to stitch this for her. And this is on a 28 count, it was antique white, 28 count cashel linen, but I dyed this a pale pink. And the color you're seeing is actually pretty true. It's just a very soft pink, because the pattern is all in grays and blacks. Like the stitching is all gray and black, and it's all DNC. I don't want to show the chart, but it's, so you have black, pewter gray, light steel gray, dark pewter gray, dark steel gray, pearl gray, very light pearl gray, and very dark pewter gray. So like that's the colors. Yeah, okay. Those are the colors that it calls for right here. It's all gray. I didn't want to do this on a white fabric. That's so boring. So the room is all done in really pretty like soft pinks and teals, and then white and gray. So this will fit in just fine, I think. This pale, really pale pink. There you go. That's pretty accurate to what it is. So yeah, that's that. And I thought about maybe trying to do it as a pillow, but because I dyed the fabric, I don't know. I mean, I rinsed it until it didn't come out anymore, but I don't know how it would hold up to like machine washing. So when I finish it, I'm probably just going to finish it as like a frame, maybe a flat fold. Don't know. It's not an issue right now because I don't finish anything, and I for real don't fully finish anything. So that's for down the road. Although the pattern's not that big, so I don't know how, I mean, and it's not a whole lot of colors. Obviously it's what, 8, 9, and it's the design, it's an 8x8. It's 8x8 on 28 count, so it's not that big. It's 118 by 120. And there's a lot of white space in it. So it's not, like, I don't think it's going to take me that long to do. So maybe I can send that to her for Christmas. This is the last one that I have, like, for sure fully planned that I want to start. And I don't even know what number I'm on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, this is 15. So this is the last one that I have fully like planned for sure I want to start. And it's this one. Little Boy Blue, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Little Boy Blue from Stony Creek. And these are all little buttons. I love them. I think those are all buttons. I think there's 6 of them. Yeah, there's 2 cows, a black sheep, a sheep with a heart, and a sheep with a bell. Hold on a second. This. There you go, baby. All right. Sorry. So. So this is actually the one, I wanted to start this a while ago, but I wanted to dye my own fabric for it. So I did, and I did it on, it was a 28 count white even weave, and I dyed it this really soft like baby blue color with just a little bit of modeling. I love this movie. Like, I like animated movies anyway, but this one, hilarious, I think. Plus, I love The Rock. So, So this is what it looks like. It's almost like a gray, like it has like a gray undertone to it, but it's very much blue. So that's that one. And this is all stitched with DMCs and then those 6 buttons. There's a lot of DMCs. It's a Stony Creek pattern, so it's kind of like Paula Vaughn. There's just a lot of colors. And I think these may all be blends. Why are these red? Oh, so some of those, I guess, are blending filament. No, some of those are, excuse me, you use 1 strand of floss and 2 strands of blending filament, and then some you use 1 strand of floss and work half crosses. I don't know. This one's going to take some thinking, so I'm not totally sure when I'm going to start this one. Oh, there you go. But there's a lot of colors in this one. A lot of colors. But it's really, really pretty. What are all these half stitches? I think the half stitches are all the barn. I don't know. This one I'm going to have to like really for real sit and look at, because that one, just looking at the key makes my brain hurt a little bit. Alright, so next I have 1, 2, 3, 4-ish like spare patterns, I guess. This one I had really high hopes for this one when I dyed this fabric, and it just didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to do a floss toss and we're going to see how it's going to work. The pattern is Angel of Dreams by James Hemsworth, and I just think this is gorgeous. I think she's super pretty, and I'm not a big like angel fairy person like this, but this one, I just think it's gorgeous. So I was trying to dye like this really dark, deep blue, and got purple. Got a really dark, like it's a really pretty purple, but it's definitely purple and not blue. But it is really nicely modeled. And I don't even know how I got purple. I used navy blue dye and a lot of it. So I'm going to do a floss toss and see if it'll work. And I think it will, because there's not really any purples in it. It's all green and blue, really, and then like the gold. So I think it'll work. It just isn't going to be quite so dramatic, which is fine, because stitching on like that dark blue looks like it would hurt my eyes anyway. There is some like the dark clouds over here that I kind of worry if they're going to clash with the purple, because those are like dark navy, dark blue, blue, pale blue. But anyway, so I'm going to do a floss test with it and see how it looks. I was going to do it this morning and it didn't happen. I may do it during nap time, or tomorrow, or Wednesday when half my kids are asleep and or at school. So, that's that one. We'll see. It's actually darker. It's kind of washing out right now, but it is darker. That's a little more accurate. And my sewing machine broke, so I wasn't able to hem my edges when I did this. That's better. It's really like a darker purple, but it's definitely purple. It's not like almost blue. Like this is definitely purple. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll save this and I'll put something on it. I'll find something to put on this, and I'll try again. I have another piece of white Zweigart 28 count downstairs, and I'll try again. If it doesn't work, it's I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but it's not a big deal. If I can't get it to work with this piece, I'll get it to work with another piece. I'll just keep trying, because I really like the pattern. So I want to make sure I love the fabric that I pick, or that I choose for it. This one's a maybe. This was one that I really wanted to start, but if I can't get the fabric right, then I'm not going to right now. It'll come in time. Next is, this was from my Facebook Marketplace haul. This is called Williamsburg Memories, and I'm going to do this big one. And I don't have fabric for this one, but I'm going to run to Michael's and get another tube of this, the 28 count antique white Monaco. Just plain, something plain. I thought about dyeing fabric, but I would rather just not. I think it would take away too much if I tried to dye it myself. I think it would look good just plain on here, on just like a solid fabric. But it's all DMC. There's not that many colors, 15 colors, I think, something like that. It's not too bad. So yeah, that's, and it's not super densely stitched. It's pretty sporadic. So that one is another one of those, like, I can bust out 50 stitches and feel like I got something accomplished. So these patterns, there's 4 of them, and I will count it as 4 separate patterns. This is also from the Gift of Stitching. It's issue number 22 from November 2007. And they're little Christmas like gift tags. And I printed this out in black and white, so I took a picture of them in color to show y'all. They're just cute little, there you can kind of see it. I know there's a glare, I'm sorry. Hope, Snow, Love, and Joy. And these are just small little, like, I can knock them out. They're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 by 20 each. So little gift tags that I can knock out, and I'm just going to do those on plain white 14 count Aida. I didn't even bring it up because it's exactly what you expect. 14 count white Aida. Oh yeah, the stitch count on each of them. Snow has the biggest stitch count at 45 by 19. And then the other ones are 36 by 16 and 39 by 20. So, all 4 of those. And I don't know what I would do with them, but I think they're cute, so I may stitch them and do for my kids' teachers next year for Christmas, because they're not, like, overly Christmassy. I can get away with sending those to public school kind of thing. And then last but not least, and this one I really don't know if I'm going to start it. This one I planned on it, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I just don't know if I want to start another big full coverage piece right now. So I don't know if I'm going to start this or not. I only have a black and white picture. I can't find where I saved it. I can't find where I got it from. Somebody posted it on a Facebook group at one point. No, there's water on the floor. There's one on the floor over there. Go get it. You're not getting this. Somebody posted this in a Facebook group. Don't remember which one. I think I checked, like, my Facebook saved tab. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in my email. So I really don't know. Like, I thought I had it saved in my email. I thought I had it saved in my Dropbox, actually. And I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. So I printed it out, thankfully, and I'm going to guard this with my life, because I don't know. I can't find it anywhere to replace it if I lose it. So here we go. So it is the Harry Potter book covers. Somebody took the time and pieced them all together. So it's all 7 books with all 7 Harry Potter books as one. And that's the measurements, 288 by 425. And I'm planning on stitching this on just plain 25 count white Lugana from Zygarde. Obviously I got that from Hobby Lobby. No, you don't need that. There's a lot of colors. I mean, it's a full coverage piece, so there's a lot of colors. And I love it. I love it so much. I just don't know if I'm up to starting a full coverage piece like this right now. I struggled with my full coverage with my Haid over this month I just struggled with it. I rode the struggle bus with it all month long. And I just don't know if I want to start another one right now. If I don't start it now, I'll start it in September when I do all Harry Potter all month long. So that's coming. I wish I could remember who did this. If anybody knows, if you did this, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've had this, I printed this out. Stop touching that. Go watch your movie, please. Oh, my 2-year-old. Real life Dennis the Menace right there. I wish I had written it down. I wish. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Whoever took the time to do this, you are awesome, for one. And for two, I'm so sorry that I can't remember who did it. I printed this out probably a year and a half ago. And like I said, I thought I had it saved. And I'm sure I do somewhere, but I don't know where. And it may be on my computer downstairs that's just, like, shot. I can't get it to turn on anymore, so my husband's trying to pull everything off of it. It's not going so well. So it may be down there, and that's why I can't remember. I may have just saved it to that, and now it's, like, lost in the digital abyss somewhere. But if it was you, and you did this, and I want to say it was posted in Stitch Maynia, but I could be wrong. It may have been posted. It was posted, I know for a fact, it was posted onto a Facebook group somewhere. And she said, she put it out there for anybody to take it who wanted it. Excuse me. I think my 2-year-old just locked himself out of the bedroom, so he's going to be pissed in a second. I wish I could remember. I really, really do. And I'm sorry if it was you. Please, if it was you or you know who it was, let me know in the comments, and I will be sure to give you credit next time. Or when I start it, I will absolutely give you credit. But yeah, that's it. Really, I don't have any set goals. I'm just going to kind of willy-nilly pick as I go what looks interesting that day. I may just kind of go down the list, or, just pick from the front. I really haven't decided, and I won't decide. I'll just grab and work on something for, 30 minutes or so, and then put it away. Or I might work on it all night. I'm not going to be super strict with any kind of schedule. I'm still going to try and do a full coverage piece on the weekends. Because I would like to keep up with the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group. So I am going to try and do, at least on Saturday and Sunday, probably do a full coverage piece. I'm not going to do my A Moment in Time. I hit a wall with that one, and I hit a wall. So that one got put away. I'm not going to work on it in May. I may not even work on it in June. I may just pull that back out in July and work on it then. I don't think, since I'm not starting any full coverage pieces, I don't know which one I'm going to pull out for that. I haven't decided yet. I have a couple that I could pull out, so I'm just going to kind of see what calls to me and pull it out then. Pull out whatever calls to me next weekend. And I think that's really it. I have a couple that are in Year of Whips that I started for Mania last year. I think there's 5 of them that I have the dates written down, and I may try and work on those for an hour on those days, but I'm not going to hold myself to any hard and fast rules this month. I'm just going to kind of stitch whatever calls to me and see what I can get done. See what I can get started, see what I can get done, and just have a good time with it. I was very, the last couple months I've been very, schedule oriented. I'm kind of burnt out on that. I need a little more freedom, I guess. And I know May's going to be crazy, and my kids are ending school for the year. We're trying to plan a vacation. So I just need to have a little more flexibility. I am going to try and get my Halloween quilt, get that box that I'm working on now, get that one done. And I'm going to try and pull out my spooky Sal from the Primitive Hair at least once a week and get a full block done once a week. I'll still be behind on that, but I may give that some dedicated time in the next couple over the summer. It's pretty small and easy to travel with, so that one may actually go with me on vacation. I haven't decided yet. So, those are my plans. We'll see everyone in May. Bye!